some of y'all know, we have been out of SNAP benefits for about a month going on since the government shut down due to the federal government not wanting to cut the check that they were supposed to write to other states when it came to these SNAP benefits. It got so bad that states had to start suing the federal government. And guess what happened? Trump goes, all right, I'll give y'all like half. Keep in mind, we're heading into Thanksgiving. It is time for folks to get together to eat. These are some of the only times that people are able to connect and hang out with their families. What are we doing? And the worst part is that's like top 7 crazy things that's been going on so far this presidency, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, especially with the government shutdown, where folks are not able to fly to go meet their family members. It's getting to the point where people are not getting paid to go to work. People are out here watching as time goes on, and their checks are not coming through. But I want to stick on the conversation of SNAP because the main thing I want to talk about is the idea of who deserves to be helped and who is worthy of the said help, right? Because that seems like what the conversation is going on with. Because of recently, there has been a lot, and I mean a lot, of AI slop when it came to. There's been so much AI slop of Black women begging for EBT and SNAP and needing it for it to come on so they can feed their 13 kids. As you see their 13 kids running around in the background. First of all, why are you going out your way to create racist propaganda? And it's not even good. Some of the kids got 2 heads. Why are we pretending like this is a good use of content? And I'm watching. An article comes out. As you know, it wasn't an article. This guy goes and breaks it down. This video, and his main thing is trying to spot AI so other people are not tricked. Because if we are getting to the point where artificial intelligence is getting so good that real looks fake and fake looks real. You know what? I will tell you this. I have been tricked a couple times when it came to these short videos. That's a whole other conversation. It is frustrating watching folks use this type of content it's frustrating to see people use this as a way to make content only to divide people, where they're able to use straight hates as a way to fuel their content and their algorithm and to make money off said hate. And the crazy part is, even though folks know that it's fake, right? They're still going out their way to be like, but it's rooted in somewhere. Like this is real. This is somebody. Yeah, this is a caricature of somebody that actually exists. And it's like, first of all, why are you so obsessed with trying to find poor people, right? And not even so much to find poor people. Why are you so obsessed with trying to find these people that do not exist to be able to fit the derogatory mindset that you're giving onto these people that actually do exist? Like, is that not crazy? You use this AI to be able to remove the dignity of others, to be able to replace it with the hatred that you are spewing, right? And that's kind of where I'm standing at, right? Because the whole purpose of SNAP, we pay for it, right? Like it comes out of my check. It comes out of your check and I feel like we've lost the plot, where we are sitting here thinking the governmental assistance that we are paying for is insane for us to actually benefit from those systems, right? Because that seems like where this is going. And the messaging from this AI slop seems to be, there are some people that are more prone to be using these benefits and they are misusing said benefits, so we should turn them off. And it's like, it's so crazy when people are so willing to, I don't want these people to eat, so guess what? We're going to turn it off for everybody. Like, does that sound smart? And it's wild, because the amount of individuals that actually use a SNAP benefits is insane. It is a lot of people. And it's not just poor people. It's rich people. It's middle class people. It's poor people. Everybody is using it, right? And your neighbor is probably on SNAP benefits. Your neighbor probably uses EBT, but it's so difficult to be able to contextualize that it's like, no, it's this specific person that is misusing the system. What does that even mean? And people are so obsessed with demonizing this other, and specifically poor people in general, poor brown and black people, where as long as they're enjoying themselves, nah, bro, you can't be poor and have enjoyment. That's an oxymoron. That's ridiculous. Because if I have to live my regular life, why are you smiling and you don't got as much bread as I do? Nah, that's ridiculous. That's what's crazy. It was going viral on TikTok. Folks were like, $27 for cupcakes, and you're on EBT. You know what? Turn that shit right the fuck off right now, nigga. Turn that shit off. You shouldn't have no desserts if you're on EBT. Whoa. So that's where the line comes where we shouldn't be using governmental assistance from $27 cupcakes, but we can fund bombs. Like, what are we talking about? We can fund ice, but we can't fund cupcakes. Does that not sound ridiculous? And I don't even want to be this guy, and I don't want to be this guy. It always felt like the same logic folks would use when they would go out their way to not give homeless people money, because they're like, oh, they're just gonna use it for drugs and smoking, like liquor and things of that nature. First of all, if they want to get a little high, let them get a little high. Like, what are we talking? What are we really talking about? Because if we can send billions of dollars across the seas, but we cannot send it here to have affordable health care. I think we're not even talking about universal free health care, which we can do. And that's another one of my chain of thoughts. That's so ridiculous to me. As America, after crunching some numbers and seeing how much money that we're able to send literally everywhere but here, it turns out we can do anything. We legitimately can do anything. And better public transportation, can do that. Could we have flying cars? We could do that. Could we have the same traffic lanes and industrial complexes like China? Yes, we can. Can we have high-speed railroads that go from New York to LA, come right up to Canada, and drop all the way down to Houston, Texas? We could do it in a month and a half. But no, the active use of our taxpayer money to do whatever the buck is ridiculous. It's absurd. It always feels like I'm being held hostage. That's really what it is. It feels like my funds are being held by a stereotypical evildoer, where they're like, you know what? Actually, the United States government feels like the evil Batman, where they could go and help literally everybody in Gotham. They could provide health care for everybody. They could provide free food for everybody. They could give cars to everybody. But it's like, you know what? Nah. Dressed in the bat, box in hands. That's all we could do. We just gonna fight it with our bare hands. Instead of just removing crime in a socio-economically smart way. Like, I don't know, flood schools and hospitals and things of that nature. Like, nah. Fist. Oh, ridiculous. There's always signifiers to find out what type of religion or what is the founding ideologies of a country based off the way that folks treat each other, right? Because of doctrines have a way of subsiding belief systems. Let me explain what I mean by that. Dogmas and doctrines, right? If folks tell you something, right, and they show you a way to do something, and they continuously shove that idea like deep into you, that's one thing. But it's another thing where if you do not conform to the realization of the world and the rules of said world that they are building for you, you will not be able to exist in this world if you do not play nicely. If you are not willing to work your life away, if you're not willing to actively turn a blind eye to wrongdoing, if you are not willing to be the us, you will be the other immediately. We will other you just for trying to buck back. You got bread, you don't got bread no more. You, wait a minute, you like want to help people. by like having actual change. Socialist, socialist, socialist. You hate America. Bomb him. Remove him. He's being evil. But it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating because of knowing that there could be so much more good in the world, but we're sitting here actively peddling such harm. It's so frustrating when you know your own personal tax dollars are being put towards that. And it seems so difficult to fight back, too. It feels like anything that you do is like part of the system at large. And it's so demeaning. It's so demeaning in a way that's, it's like trying to get over your abuser, but like you owe your abuser like $1,200 at like the end of the month, every single month. And if you don't like give them that $1,200, you just get beat up again. That's all it is. Oh, I was just talking about SNAP benefits. Oh well. But yeah, it's a hootenanny. It's definitely a hootenanny. And the more that you pay attention, it gets. It's kind of like folks that go to college for sociology, where you come to the realization there is no better without radical change, and the amount of things that need to happen for radical change is damn neat. Upending literally digging it out, pulling out the weeds, pulling out the flour, pulling out the dirt, and then just getting a whole new system going. That's how difficult it feels to be able to like actually feel sane in the time that we're living in. But that's beyond the point. That's beyond the point. It's just so frustrating when folks are able to use other people's suffering as like bargaining chips. Like, recently, a lot of the Democrats, well, let me not say a lot of Democrats, but like, what was it? 8 Democrats crossed the picket lines and chose to end the government shutdown, as some of y'all heard. And I get it. I get it. Where I get it. Where you feel like you have to be the adults in the room. And I've always hated that mentality because of all you have done is shown that you are a cave. That's kind of why like threats are so important. That's why there's like the social stigma around threats is needed, because it's like if someone threatens you and you don't go through with it and they don't actually do the thing that they're going to say that they're going to do, their word is worth salt. It ain't worth nothing. It's ass. If I could pick you up. And the thing is, you don't even believe in yourself at that point. I could do whatever I want, and I just know by the end of this time, you will cave on yourself. You will quit. There's nothing you have to say. You're good. You're cooked. You're cooked. That's all you have. And then and then it's like, what, you're going to try and play hardball in 4 months? That's your plan? That's how we're going to do this? What was the point? What was the point? At least flying will be better, I guess. That's like the silver. That's like the silver lining in all this. Because I will tell you, I was scared. Oh my God, I was very, very scared. One more thing about Snap, I totally blanked on this. You do not recognize how many people are truly on it, right? Because in 2024, there was about 13% of Americans, right? Over 1 in 10, about like 1 in 5. Like it's getting pretty close to that 1 in 5 levels. And in some states, it was 1 in 4. It was literally 1 in 4 people were on Snap, on EBT. And it was frustrating because of the type of people that are on those, the type of people that actually are on those benefits are not the type of people that they are letting you know are actually on these benefits. It is older people and mothers with children. And they are the most in need. Where you are when one, you are too old to work, especially when there's no social security that are coming on the back end, but when you have folks that you also have to feed as well. Some people were genuinely able to eat on holidays based off of these systems. And the thing is, we were never supposed to. Withholding food is a war crime. It's literally a war crime. But we're sitting here and acting like it's just a run-of-the-mill move. It's just regular, and that's just so. It reforms the way that you are able to look at a lot of these policies that has been being signed recently, where it's like you are actively doing some of the craziest things, right? It seems as if you are doing anything you want, and you're just expecting everyone to be like, oh well, yeah, he could do that. Yeah, no, I believe him. No, it's just that's cool. What the fuck is we doing? Especially when SNAP is literally in our rights, like we literally paid for it at the beginning of the year. We are consistently paying for it. We're able. And honestly, I feel like I'm the idiot. I'm the idiot. Because I feel like when Elon was coming through the government and doing the whole Doge and trying to make the government as efficient as possible, I am so upset that I didn't get any of the money that they have been destroying recently. All they did was take all the money they saved and handed it to their homies. This is the greatest snatch and grab I've ever seen. The Louvre, folks at the Louvre is just, wow, they doing this way better than we thought. My homie texted me that Elon Musk is gonna be the first trillionaire, and I'm like, brother, that don't even make sense, bro. They said, bro, if you just go to work, we will give you $1 trillion, bro. Please, if you just stop going on social media, stop hanging out with Trump, just stick to the Tesla thing, we will give you $1 trillion. That's cheating. That's literally just cheating. But what do I know? What do I know?